Hi friends, I am tuning in and I'm going to do a quick little tutorial about these palm branches that we made because I was getting lots of questions about those. I'm going to post this video, maybe another one to do maybe more of a demo, but this first video is just kind of supplies and talking you through options. So what I did to kind of prep this for the kiddos was I first drew on a heavyweight, I had cardstock piece of paper. You could do bigger, you could do smaller. And we looked at shapes of palms and then we just drew an outline. So I used a pencil and I drew the shape. And then I did some shapes on the inside as well to make more interest for the reverse because we did like a positive and a negative. So anything that you cut out helps leave more detail. So this is what I did for the boys. I drew it and then I cut it with an X-Acto knife. So I have a cutting board and an X-Acto knife. If you don't have those things, you could use a stack of magazines. You could use scissors and carefully do this. You might have a little different outcome if you don't have the ability to use an X-Acto knife, which would be fine. Once I did that, we removed the pieces and had a stencil. Since Gordon is 3, I thought this would be an easier piece for him to work with. So we used this for Gordon, and then Griffin used a more detailed cut, a positive cut. Oh, I hear a crying child. So this might come in doses. Okay, so round 2 here. Let me try to get the camera situated. I am gonna just demo how we used oil pastels. These are great because you could practice mixing and kiddos could have fun blending with these. If you don't have oil pastels, you could use really a variety of things. You could use crayons, chalk pastel, you could even use sidewalk chalk. Painting's a little bit trickier just for the nature of it not bleeding through the stencil, but you could try it. I would say dry media would be best. Charcoal could be cool if you have charcoal. But I'll just do a quick demo, and we did ours on tan paper. You could do it on any paper that you have. Again, I did something a little bit more sturdy, so if the kids are working at blending, they could not risk tearing the paper. Sorry for the awkward angle here. Okay. And then with Griffin, Gordon picked whatever color since he was into just getting color down. Griffin was a little bit more selective with color, so you could do color conversation about cool colors, warm colors, light colors. What I did was just tacked this down with, I actually have spray adhesive. That works really well, but I am demoing with a little bit of painter's tape. Just hold in place with your finger. So what I'm doing is putting down one color and then I'm going to come back with another choice. And your goal is to get as close as you can around the stencil and then inside those spaces as well. Something that Griffin, who's 5, was able to do was choose 2 or 3 colors to layer or put next to each other. And we talked about actually the more you have down for oil pastel, the easier sometimes it is to blend. So in this next step, I'll show you how we just use our finger to blend. But he had a fun time moving the stencil with his finger. So essentially you would do this pretty much in any open space or around. And you just have fun making color choices. So to blend, we did a sweeping motion where we just use our finger to sweep like this and it moves the oil pastel in the direction you're pushing and sweeping with your finger. And when you do that, it pulls your colors together. And I had Griffin and Gordon color first and then we did the mixing. And I would say mixing, if you don't care about colors making brown, good, go for it, any colors. But as you can see in this space here, depending on your fingers being dirty, you might get a color that you're not totally pleased with, so you could go back over that if you're not loving the color. So that's that, and it would be the same process for the reverse piece. And this is the one that Gordon did, and he just filled in the space. And he had fun just mark making, and a lot of the brown was still showing through, and that was fine. But I did show him how he could use his fingers to move the pastel as well. Goal with this one would be that you're getting the color right up to the stencil. So he was practicing mixing inside that palm leaf. When you're done, you have a real clean edge around your palm, and it might look something like this. And we will be using these to celebrate on Palm Sunday because we won't be in church together, so we're doing our virtual Palm Sunday. Hope that helps, and if you have questions, I can answer questions. Thanks.